All right, welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a look again at the CZ Shadow 2 that I purchased, optics ready. I call it optics capable due to some missteps from CZ. Nonetheless, I got the light put on. I've had it for about a week. Done some manipulating of it. I want to give my first impression. So very first impression when I pulled it out, and I've already said it before, it was a greasy gun. Could just be that that's what they do to keep them from rusting all metal, but I don't recall ever receiving a metal gun like this that was so greasy. The other aspect of it that I found interesting, in fact, it's still, even after lots of cleaning, I still get little grease marks here and there. I've never seen it. It reminds me of something like a military surplus gun. You get so greasy. So that was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed, both myself and that person that transferred it in, it is heavy. Now this is unloaded. Yeah, unsafe it. There we go. I'm so used to not having hammer fire guns. I got a couple of them, but so nonetheless, it's heavy gun, and I'm gonna run a light on it when this gun does get used, and in optics, of course. That was a whole journey in itself, and we'll talk about that on another video. But so first impressions, greasy, heavy, but boy does it fit well in the hands. Love it. These grips, what I've noticed, if you can see the texture of it, it doesn't look like much, but as you feel the knurling in there, it just grabs your hand, and wherever the lines are, you are following it with your finger. The front serrations, it's hard to tell, but that is sharp. Not meaning like it's cutting your hand sharp, but the harder you grip, you get into that nice grip into that gun, and you're just torquing down like you're supposed to. Get it on sight, get on target. I love the fiber optic sight. You're just on there, you're holding, you're doing your job, you're shooting. The harder you grip, the more it bites. And that is just awesome. It grips very well. So I really enjoyed it. And a couple of things that I didn't notice, again, when I first unboxed it. Remember I said I bought these Metgar magazines, and I feel like they're pretty much the best aftermarket magazine you can buy because they do make OEM magazines. Well, there you go. The ones that came with the gun that say CZ right on her also say Metgar on the bottom. So like I mentioned, they do make a ton of OEM magazines. They make across Europe, they make a ton of the OEM mags there, and aftermarket ones. So nonetheless, pretty awesome. So what I mean by heavy, well, let's take a look at that. So I stole something out of the kitchen here. Let's see if she'll turn on for me. There we go. What do I mean by heavy? So I have the gun here, and I have a fully loaded magazine. So the gun right now with the light on is 2.99 pounds. With everything, it's 3.71 pounds of pure Czech love. Well, what does that mean in comparison? So we got 3.7 pounds. Well, let's try everybody's favorite, the Glock 17 Gen 4. Now, just the gun, we're at 1.43 pounds. A fully loaded duty magazine, we're at 2.11 pounds, 2.11 pounds. The CZ with, again, 19 rounds instead of the 17 rounds. 19 rounds of ammunition, 19 rounds, excuse me, because it has a +2 on the bottom. 19 rounds, the CZ with 19 rounds and a light is a full 1.5 pounds heavier than a duty Glock. Well, let's try another metal frame gun. So we have a 92 FS Gon G. So just the gun, just under 2 pounds. Well, let's see what that means against the Glock. Against the Glock, it was 1.4, so we're almost still a 0.5 pound heavier. Full metal frame versus the Tupperware gun, plus a fully loaded magazine, 2.63 pounds. So fully loaded magazine with the Beretta it is still a pound lighter than the CZ with a fully loaded magazine. Now, I know I also put a light on the CZ. I get that. And I don't have that here. But it's just astronomically crazy how much heavier that gun is. Now, everybody knows it's meant for competition, all that stuff. But you hold that gun out there for 1,000 rounds, you are going to gain some forearm muscles. You're going to be sitting tight. So those are kind of the first impressions. Grip is awesome. It feels tight in the hands. The weight is heavy. Again, 3.7 pounds prior to putting on an optic. Weight is heavy. Gun was greasy, but man, does it feel good. And the trigger, again, the trigger on this thing is just smooth. You can go ahead and ghost it just like our buddy Mike Jones, but you can ghost that. There's just a little bit take up there. Again, the hammer is back a little bit, take up, and the wall, and it just breaks crisply. And we'll go ahead and reset that. Okay, we're coming out, little creep. There it is, reset. Come back, there's just a little bit of sponge, you see that? And break again from single action. See that? Low pressure there, half cock. Holds on half cock. Pull, 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 release. Just a consistent pull. Getting to that first half cock, of course, is the heaviest part of it. And then the rest, just a clean sweep all the way back. So first impressions, great trigger. Feels great for a single action, double action. Grips very well in your hand. It wants a bite, stays in your hand. It is heavy, which we didn't buy it for being light, right? We didn't access it for being light. It's a full metal gun. It came super greasy, ready to be stored in a box somewhere for a long time. If it never got taken out, you probably wouldn't see an ounce of rust on it. And I love the capacity behind it. I'm downsided with the fact that you have to buy the plates, and we'll get into another video of where we source those plates. But the magazines are accessible. They're not super expensive. And overall, it's just going to be a great shooter. So continue to stay connected to the channel. I got some stuff coming. We got some grips coming. I talked to a grip company. They're going to send us some grips to take a look at. And hopefully we can get some other ones. I got a holster coming. We'll take some video on that. But anyway, stay connected to the channel. Hope you enjoyed it. And share in the comments if you have one of the CZ Shadows. There you go. A little tongue twister. And what you've done to yours. Appreciate you guys. Stay connected, stay informed. See you on the next video.